the city of Columbus, Ohio, announced it will pay $10 million to the family of Andre Hill, who was shot and killed by police last year. But as Hill's daughter, Carissa, made clear at a press conference today with the family's attorney, Benjamin Crump, no amount of money is enough to compensate for the loss of her father. Former Columbus police officer Adam Coy shot and killed Hill just days before Christmas last year after responding to a non-emergency call at the home of Hill's family friend. Hill was shot as he walked out of a garage holding a cell phone. His daughter and 3-year-old granddaughter were there for today's announcement, where the city also renamed one of Hill's favorite neighborhood gyms in his honor.
It is a very big day for me and my family today, and my daughter's 3. She might not understand it now, but when she's older, she will definitely understand the legacy that her big daddy left behind for her. It's one step towards something. It doesn't help, or it doesn't take the scar off of our hearts that we still have from my dad not being here.
The officer who shot Hill, Adam Coy, has pleaded not guilty to murder. 2 weeks before Andre Hill was killed, another Columbus police officer shot and killed Casey Christopher Goodson. Then on April 21st of this year, an officer from the same police department shot and killed 16-year-old Micaiah Bryant. Mistrials, hung juries, appeals. There are a lot of good reasons why a case may be retried. It's not that unusual. It's part of how the criminal legal system works. But if a case is tried over and over and over again, that's usually a sign that there's a problem with the case. And that problem has a lot to do with police and prosecutorial misconduct and good old-fashioned American racism. Tonight, we're taking a look at the case of Keith Davis Jr. He's been tried for the same murder 4 times, and just this week learned he could face a jury for the 5th time. Yesterday, a judge granted Davis's request for a new trial, but his defense hopes that Maryland State Attorney Marilyn Mosby will finally admit she doesn't have a case, dismiss the charges, and release Keith, who's been in prison since 2015. His case sparked the Free Keith Davis movement and led to some sharp criticism of Marilyn Mosby, who continues to push for Davis's prosecution despite holding herself out as a progressive DA. With me tonight to talk about this complicated case is journalist Brandon Soderberg, who has followed Keith Davis's case from the beginning. Brandon is also the author of the book I Got a Monster: The Rise and Fall of America's Most Corrupt Police Squad. Brandon is with us from Baltimore tonight. Brandon, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me.
All right, so let's start at the beginning in 2015 when Keith Davis Jr. was actually the victim of a police shooting. Police shot him 44 times during a chase. Explain to us how he went from being a victim of a police shooting to being charged with murder.
Sure. So Keith Davis Jr. was shot at 44 times. He was struck a few times, but not shot 44 times. Just clarify that. On June 7th, 2015, he was chased by police, allegedly because he was a suspect in an armed robbery of a illegal cab driver, a hack cab driver. Davis has said that it was a case of mistaken identity. He ran from police who chased him, and they chased him into a garage where he was shot a number of times. When they found him unconscious after the shooting, he was allegedly had a gun near him. They then charged him with a number of charges, about 15 or so. Firearm possession with a felony conviction charge, also things like assaulting a police officer and armed robbery. When he went to trial in February 2016, so way past the usual right to a speedy trial, he was found not guilty on every charge except for the felony firearm possession. Therefore, the argument was he had the gun by that charge. That gets very complicated. As a result of that charge, they then, the state's attorney's office connected that gun, they claimed, to a murder of a security guard named Kevin Jones nearby from where Davis was shot. And just hours earlier, Jones was killed, and they connected that gun, or they allegedly connected that gun to the one Davis had, and said that he was the shooter of Kevin Jones. And then since then, Davis has gone through a series of trials, which we can maybe unpack a little bit.
Yeah, no. So his first trial ended in a hung jury. The second trial, he was convicted based on the testimony of a jailhouse informant. But that conviction was overturned because that witness was unreliable. Tell us about the new surveillance video that suddenly manifested at the third trial.
Sure, yeah. So in Davis's third murder trial, that would meaning his fourth overall trial, because you have the initial gun trial and then the murder trials that he keeps having. In the third one, the prosecution suddenly said that they had surveillance video footage of the murder victim, Kevin Jones, walking by a sort of, gas station, convenience store, and there was a man kind of intently following behind Mr. Jones, who the prosecution suddenly said was Davis, although, again, this video was never brought up in two trials previously. And then that became the debate of that trial, which was, was this Keith Davis in the video or not? The person in the video doesn't exactly have Davis's build, was the argument by his lawyers. You can't see his face because he has something over his face. So either this video, if you believe the prosecution, shows the murder of Kevin Jones, or the likely murderer, but was not discovered or disclosed until the third trial, or it doesn't show Davis Jr. at all, and it in fact shows a potential another suspect that has not been investigated. Either way, this somehow didn't show up until his third murder trial, which was pretty shocking in court to learn that,
Right. Well, that trial ended again in a hung jury. He was convicted a fourth time, and now that conviction just got overturned. What was the legal basis for the judge's decision to overturn the conviction and order his fifth new trial?
So it should be also stressed that between the guilty verdict in his previous trial and this announcement yesterday, Davis remains in jail from 2015 till today. Last year, he argued for this renewed trial. It's taken about a year for that decision to happen. In the meantime, he contracted COVID-19 in jail. So he's really had a tragedy on top of tragedy. What this decision yesterday was based on Kazadi v. State, which is sort of characterized as the basic technicality, but it's a very important technicality. It's about the right to having a jury that is acting in good faith. And basically, this is just a ruling that happened in another case through the Court of Appeals that then applies to all cases where this didn't happen, which is essentially like you need to provide a jury with like full jury instructions based on presumption of innocence, the state having the burden of proof on them. And also things like, the defendant not testifying should not be perceived as evidence that he did or did not do the crime he's alleged to. So these things weren't mentioned to the jury in the previous trial. They're now, the Court of Appeals now ruled they have to be determined. Therefore, Davis gets now a fifth murder trial and a sixth trial overall for crimes related to this gun.
Do you expect Marilyn Mosby will try him for a fifth time?
That's a really good question. I've stopped trying to predict how this case will play out. I can say that every trial just blurs it and makes it more complicated. And so, my perspective has really come that, whether you believe that Mr. Davis is guilty of this crime or not, this kind of outrageous prosecution, along with all this prosecutorial misconduct, is certainly something that the state's attorney's office should consider. She has not commented on it publicly, except in a since deleted Twitter tweet, which I only bring up because it's the state's attorney tweeting this, when she responded to people demanding her to drop the charges by reminding them of who the victim here is, which in her eyes is Kevin Jones, the murder victim exclusively. So that might indicate she does plan to prosecute it again. I think the main thing here is this has been a ton of pressure on a nationally facing prosecutor that's considered progressive, and this case really challenges some of that. And so the question is, will State's Attorney Mosby dig in again, or will she finally sort of decide this isn't worth prosecuting?
Well, with the time that we do have left, Brandon, tell us more about your book.
Oh, sure. Yeah, so my book is about a squad of dirty cops in Baltimore that were federally indicted for drug dealing, stealing of overtime, robbing people. It's called the Gun Trace Task Force. And the book deals with the sort of last year of them together, and all the crime and mayhem they are creating. One way it does connect to Mr. Davis's case, primary way, is that there's also been a lot of evidence in the Davis case of planted evidence and other police misconduct. At the time, it was crazy. A lot of people perceive it as crazy in 2016 to allege that maybe the gun was planted on Mr. Davis. But a year after that, the Gun Trace Task Force officers that my book were about were shown to have been carrying BB guns to potentially drop on people. And since then, Maryland courts have ruled that they did indeed plant evidence on people. So this scandal also does tie to Mr. Davis's case in that it certainly moved more people to understand just how dirty and egregious the police in Baltimore can be. And that might have a major effect on how Davis's case was handled from the beginning.
Absolutely. All right, reporter and author Brandon Soderberg, thank you so much for coming on tonight.
Oh, thanks for having me.